Hey, welcome back to another Embrace Destiny video, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking that link and joining us. Today we're taking a little bit of a departure from Destiny and Destiny 2, and we're talking about current actual events. So, if you have not been paying attention to any space news recently, just to catch you up, SpaceX has launched their Falcon Heavy rocket, the most powerful rocket commercially available today. And yeah, let me recap. They launched the most powerful rocket. They landed 2 boosters simultaneously on the land. We're still waiting to hear if they landed the one on the water. And they are sending their payload, which is a Tesla Roadster, to Mars orbit. So this video is just going to be a quick summary of what happened, a little bit of discussion about what that means. So yeah, let's get into it, and thanks for watching. So SpaceX, as you probably know, has been making headlines a lot for the past couple of years for not only for having rockets that actually launch satellites into space, but more importantly for having having boosters which land and can be reused. Now, they've made a lot of progress in the last few years, going from becoming a viably commercial company for launching rockets to the reusable boosters. And it's been on Elon Musk's, plan to send to send things to Mars. He said several times that he wants to retire on Mars, and people laugh at him. People think it's crazy, but SpaceX keeps showing up. It keeps delivering this kind of activity. So, what's so special about today's launch? Well, as I said, it's the most powerful rocket launch. Most powerful rocket in existence today. It's, I believe they said it was 230 feet tall, so that's almost 80 meters tall. And it had 3 boosters. So let's take a quick look here for comparison. It had 3 boosters in order to get it to the required speed it needed to break Earth orbit and head to Mars. So if we look at this rocket here, this one that's done up here in Destiny 1 in the Cosmodrome, there's a couple of them off in the distance there. These are supposed to be colony ships here in the game. They look similar to Russian design that we've seen in real life. For example, this looks like the space shuttle, or the Russian version, which is the Buran, which was a mock-up which only flew... it was only made for engineering purposes. It never actually flew, but you can check out real life-size models today in Moscow. These appear to be fuel tanks. The Russians often use spherical fuel tanks. These appear to be more boosters, perhaps some kind of thrusters or something like that. It's a weird design, frankly. It's got 2, maybe 3. I haven't checked the backside. Kind of shuttle things on it, some landing legs. Yeah, so it's a really interesting example of reality meets fiction. So how does the Falcon Heavy measure up? Well, it doesn't have the Buran space shuttle on it, but the current one that's flying has the Tesla Roadster. Whenever they do an initial test for these kinds of rockets, they usually fly kind of a dead weight. They don't want to launch something real, something important, because it's a first time launching a rocket. We don't know if the whole thing is going to explode or crash or be unsuccessful. So they usually fly something with a suitable mass that can let them know that they can launch that much, but nothing important. And Elon, in his typical, bit of a grandstanding manner, I would say, decided to launch his own electric vehicle into space, and it's got, complete with the works of Isaac Asimov in the glove box, and a little, little crash test dummy, basically, in the driver's seat. Yeah, so they've flown that. As I said, the 3 boosters. We're still waiting on confirmation of the 3rd one has landed. So there's some really excellent footage you can check out of the first 2, the secondary landers, landing back at Cape Canaveral. So I mean, it wasn't that long ago that landing a booster from space was considered impossible or impractical. Now it's become almost every day. They landed 2 of them simultaneously. Seriously, it looked like everything you've ever seen in any kind of space propaganda or space, futuristic movie. And the 3rd one is set to land on an ocean barge soon. I mean, it's supposed to have landed by now, but we still are waiting back to hear about it. We have seen some crashes as well as some landings by SpaceX over the ocean barge. So really, time will tell. Worst case, so far anyway. Worst case is it didn't land properly. It crashed. But still, it's a major accomplishment for them. They've launched their rocket. So far, the secondary stage that is going toward Mars is alive and well. It's still going, and they landed their 2 simultaneously, which no one has ever done before. And I believe the secondary ones that landed back on Earth, I believe they are reused boosters. So they've been used before and probably going to be used again, depending on the science or the data that we pull from it. So anyway, yeah, this is a pretty big deal. I mean, we're going to see what happens. Elon Musk has been pushing to send payloads to Mars. You know, NASA has been kind of saying that they want to go back to Mars. And I have my own opinions on this. I study the satellite and space markets for a living, and I have a master's degree and bachelor's in space engineering. So I keep my finger on the pulse of this, as we say. But it's a very interesting time, and we're going to have to see what Elon does next. I mean, if the secondary stage is able to make it to Mars and put the Roadster in a Martian orbit, then it will validate not only their rocket, but a lot of their ability to send things to Mars. And if NASA continues with their push, we may see more payloads going toward the red planet sooner rather than later. And not just from NASA either. We're always looking to go back, send some friends for the Curiosity rover. Anyway, this is a little quick video I just wanted to make on that. If you have any other questions or information, definitely check out SpaceX's website. They've got YouTube coverage. That's where I watched it live on YouTube. And you can check out the up-to-date things. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, I'm hoping to make more on the space industry as we go forward. Just have to find out what you guys think is interesting, but I definitely thought you would find this quite fascinating. So yeah, leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want. To those who have subscribed, thank you very much. We're up to 20 now. I'm going to make a video probably talking a little bit more about that. And yeah, whatever you're doing, I hope you have fun and realize that it's never too late to accomplish things. So have a good one, and we'll see you on out there. Bye now.